channel divinity. As a cleric, you have the ability to channel divinity. This can be used to frighten or destroy undead creatures. As a cleric of the Earth Guard, you are also trained to channel divinity to rid yourself of 5 levels of exhaustion. Except I don't have to have that ability. But that would be nice. Okay, hello folks, welcome back to Let's Play the Esoteric Ebb demo. This is version 2.6.1, released sometime in 2024. We're sort of checking it out to get a vibe of the game. We're currently in the Goblin Garden. We're 3 hours in playtime, approximately. I don't know how much more there is to see and do, but we'll give it a look. I expect there's at least a meaty conversation with the Dragon Queen to be had. Oh, okay, there's multiple areas to go to. Let's have a look at this. Oh, Raspberry for hire, okay. I'll come back to you. If you're a named NPC, that's fine. We'll come back. So is this a little wall here? Can I? No, it's not. It's just your stomach twists. Beware her illusion. What? Interesting. Oh, there's okay. That's probably the way we need to go. So let's not do that just yet. The goblins chuckle as you walk past. Okay. I should do. If I get too distracted, we should do content warnings, right? So we have experienced that there has been some pretty strong swearing going on in the thing spotlights. There's some pretty strong swearing going on in the game so far. There has been some bigoted dialogue options in respect of sort of fantasy racism between different sapient species that interact. So analogous to real world racism. So beware of those things. Not quite sure what else we might find. I'm interested in what this is. A barrel of ingredients. You can surely take some. Can I trifle? Ooh. Golden apple incense. Not sure what this incense. Easily burned spices and herbs can be used to recover first level spell slots. I wonder if... Should we do a test one? We might as well do a test one, right? Oh, it just works. Cough. Okay, cool. Interesting. Right. Oh, Nez's Wicala of the Green. Let's behold this fine person. 21! We got everything. Right, it's an elf up from Pamir. Level 6 druid. Ability scores revealed. True neutral. Unbothered. Moisturized. Happy. In her lane. She's focused on her work, but she does not seek strife. She will help you if you do not pose a threat. Her knowledge goes deep, far below the city. Learn from her and her loneliness. This elf is seeking an escape. Why else be here, of all places? Her matriarch. Yes, this woman is in trouble, just like you. What do you mean? I'm not in trouble. Let's engage with this person. Cool, okay. Got kind of a little rye-tipped mushroom cap on there. Nez Wicala of the Green. Oh, it's not Nez's Wicala, it's Nez Wicala. I get you. Fancy names. At the top of the garden lookout, you see a strange creature hunched over. Continue. Underneath a large red hat, she's dropping pieces of a mushroom into a bowl. Wisdom DC 8. Success. Not a hat. She's got a damn mushroom growing on her skull. Oh, growing there. Nice corner you got here. Lean in and stare at what she's doing. Nice corner you got here. Nez Wicala of the Green. She stops slowly and in an appropriately dramatic fashion. She raises her head to reveal piercing red eyes. Continue. Along with a wide grin. Constitution DC 12. Failure. Abort. Run. Leave. Wisdom DC 9. Success. Ears. White hair. Ashen hue. And those eyes. An elf? Aren't they rare? A strength DC 9 success. In your days, you've only seen a handful of those gangly freaks. I guess in this fantasy world, elves are uncommon. Intelligence DC 12 success. The city holds many folk, but elves are both few in numbers and seldom intermingle with lesser races. But look at her. This is no elf of Ilum. Read about elves. Charisma DC 11 success. Elf, scary primal overlords of the forest, rare in Norvik, but they've got their hidden roots all over Ascan. Primal. That's Wisdom DC 12 success. Primal, one of the 3 pillars of magic, is represented in the natural, wild, savage, and elemental forces of Jur. They cannot be controlled, only bargained with. Continue. Intelligence DC 12 success. This is an elf of Pimea. Let's read about Pimea. Whoa, we've got a double whammy there. Charisma DC 14 success. Pimea, elvish derogatory term for the nomadic elves who live on the undercoast. They haven't had a real civilization for centuries, so it's rare to find them on the surface. Literally means dark. Intelligence DC 12 success. Pimea, the elven enclaves who live on the undercoast, also known as dark elves, although that's a bit on the nose. Undercoast. Charisma DC 8 success. Undercoast, a nickname for the undersea coast. Let's find out about the undersea coast. Wisdom DC 11 success. Undersea coast, the gravity reversed eternal cavern, sea and archipelago. Dig down far enough and you'll flip to the underside of the coast. That sounds fun. I don't know if we can go there in this game, but that would be nice. It seems like that's probably far away from where this game is going to be taking place. Hello, elf. Neswickler. I don't know why our character insists on calling everybody by their species. Neswickler of the Green. You hear a guttural chuckle leave her lips. A man delves into the garden, his sight set on the mysterious below. Are you that man? Yes, how did you know that? No, the mysterious can say so. Am I that man? Wisdom DC 9, success. More or less. Charisma DC 12, success. She's just being dramatic. I'm somewhere between yes and no. I'm a man. Maybe. Nosy glance over your shoulder. Neswickler of the Green. Your feelings are not focused. That is okay. Charisma DC 9 success. The elf stammers, or is that an idiolect? Neswickler of the Green. She turns around, her red eyes glimmering beyond a mist of spores. Call me Nessan. That would be easier. I am underling to Hierophant Opidana. Intelligence DC 9 success. Of course, a druid. Continue. Wisdom DC 13 failure. There's something esoteric going on here. You're a druid? Druid, prove it. You're a hag, aren't you? Okay, I've got no nice options. Let's go for you're a druid, prove it. There's Book of the Green. She just gives you a goofy smile. I don't see how I could prove as such more than I currently do. She points to her head mushroom. Charisma DC 9 success. There are indeed not many folks sit around pretending to be mushrooms in bushes. Continue. Otherwise this city would be even stranger. Neswickler of the Green. I spent my days handling primal forces, that which grows and decays. Continue. Do you know much of it? Yeah, they went over the basics of the towers. It's about nature spirits, right? Like warlockism. No, do you? Yeah, they went over the basics at the towers. Neswickler of the Green. The towers. Ah, your wizard school. The towers. Intelligence DC 9 success. The towers. The home base of the Order of Arcane Clerics of Norvik, also known as the Okan. More or less, yeah. Neswickler of the Green. She lowers her gaze for what you realise is the first time since she raised it. I would like to hear your tale, human. There is much to be learned from your folk and your settlement in this band. Strength DC 11 success. Settlement is a great city-state, not some lone village. Intelligence DC 12 success. She speaks as though the Earth folks' 60-something years of civilization building is nothing but a footnote in her history book. Well, maybe it isn't. Neswickler of the Green. How sustainable is your lifestyle? Sustainable? I'm supposed to know that? You mean me in particular or my people? You want an answer now? Think about it. Sustainable? Neswickler of the Green. How do you replenish the resources you consume? And if you do not, how many years until depletion? I'm supposed to know that? Neswickler of the Green. I do not mean an exact number of hours or even years until you run out of natural resources. Just an approximation. And perhaps a toll of the impact on others in your vicinity. Toll? Okay, just give me an unrelated fact, which is homonym for toll. Tall Earth's brother and mythical explorer Vascan founded several towns along River Torna, and famously never returned from his expedition to the Infinite Wastes. You mean me in particular or my people? There's Wicker of the Green. Both, or either. She presses down a mushroom in her bowl, sending a puff of spores into the air. You want an answer now? There's Wicker of the Green, if you have it. But there is no stress. Think about it, move on. So I can't. Charisma DC 13 success. Oh gods, you're focusing too much on the question. Instead, focus on what she wants to hear. What was the question again? Earthfolk will eventually chew through this land and be forced to expand. We live in balance here in this city. I personally could live on an apple a day. That's pretty sustainable. Earthfolk will eventually chew through this land and be forced to expand. There's Wicker of the Green. I have watched your people for some time, from a distance. I am not one to make judgments. That is for the earth and sea. Gain experience, plus 5 XP. But it worries me how few primal forces there are to keep you at bay. Primal forces? There's Wicker of the Green. She places her palm against the rough floor. Opidana has helped keep the undersea from being overtaken by unbalancing powers. Demigods, fiends, celestials, your human arcanists. Each creates a power that not only overtakes the primal, they do so with ease. That great war your kind waged upon one another delayed it, but I do certainly believe it is inevitable. Humans barely exist anymore. We're almost extinct. Don't worry, nature always survives. The primal stuff should just get stronger then. Don't worry, nature always survives. There's Wicker of the Green. Most often it does, but look at your so-called burned coast and those cursed lands in Diwanor. Nature makes it through most things, but there are forces in this world that can wring the life out of every band if it so wishes. We must stay vigilant. She takes a deep and deliberate breath. Now enough of complicated topics. Tell me, human, do you have a mate? Stare at her. Oh, what is going on here? There's Wicker of the Green. Well? Constitution DC 9 success. Your cheeks clench. Continue. Strength DC 14 failure. No, not good. Continue. Wisdom DC 14 failure. Your mind races. Hostile. No, probably not. None of your business. Elaborate. Elaborate. There's Wicker of the Green. Of course, I apologize if I was vague, human. Gained experience 5 XP. I only mean most humans in this settlement group in pairs. I wondered if those of your kind do the same in such long-term committed partnership. No, I am married to my work. Clear your throat. I'm the cleric. I go solo. Okay. Well, I'm not quite sure where this was going. I don't know why the interface narrowed and we got 2 portraits up here. That was interesting. I'm the cleric, I go solo. There's Wicker of the Green. She lowers her mushroom cap and sighs. I see. It is the same here then. The path of an esoteric guardian is to be alone. The elf starts adding some kind of oily liquid to a mushroom bowl. Wisdom DC 16 failure. A strange substance, golden. Perhaps from some kind of undersea whale? There's Wicker of the Green. If this old elf can guide you in any way, make it so. If not, I will return to my toil. I can show my primal attunement. Okay, it's easier because she finds me reasonable. But it's still DC 15. That would be quite a challenge. What do you know about the tea shop? There's Wicker of the Green. Only what the goblins whisper about. The elf leans closer, twisting her head to the side, and whispers to you. You must delve deep, human. Something rotten happened that day. The trees whisper. They fear what's to come. Do they whisper anything useful? 5 XP? There's Wicker of the Green. She leans back and lets out a resigned sigh. You don't speak with trees often, do you? So you were here when it exploded. There's Wicker of the Green. No, I was much further below. And what do the goblins whisper about? There's Wicker of the Green. That the city is at fault. That Lady Sageleaf should take over. The usual. What do you think happened? There's Wicker of the Green. I will not deliberate on things I have no knowledge about. Wisdom DC 12 success. Refreshing sentiment. Thanks. Move on. You're welcome. What are you voting in the election? There's Book of the Green. I am not a citizen of Norvik. Okay, cool. Cool. You don't look like an elf. I'm not going to say that, am I? You're in trouble, aren't you? I don't know if that's... You know what? I'm not going to say any of those things. I'm going to say that's it. Bye. Interesting. I wonder if we'd passed some of the checks around that mating question. We something else would have happened. A younger goblin. But it's really far down, brother. A muscular goblin. I could probably survive that. Speculating on whether they should jump down. Alright, let's go talk to the bow for hire before we head into the centre, because that feels like something's going to trigger when we go there. Let's have a look. But yeah, maybe we'll go around the perimeter first. Right, so Raz, bow for hire. Oh, I can't unlock the stats of Raz, bow for hire. Interesting. Engage. Raz, bow for hire. The scent of smoke fills your helmet as you approach the hooded goblin. So he takes a drag from the pipe. His face is illuminated, but for but a second he is glaring at you. Greetings, citizen. Show me your face. It's rude to hide like that. Greetings, citizen. Raz, bow for hire. The hooded goblin does not reply. Oh, the model isn't hooded. Disappointing. Identify yourself, goblin. Kick him lightly. Which tribe do you belong to? Keep staring at him. Raz, bow for hire. You hear him clear his throat slowly. I suggest bothering someone else, human. What do you know about the tea shop? What are you voting in the election? What do you know about the tea shop? Raz, bow for hire. The hooded goblin laughs. Need help, huh? Figured. So you'll help? Raz, bow for hire. Nah. Now fuck off. What are you voting in the election? Raz, bow for hire. None of your fucking business, human. It is my business. You have to tell me. I'm the cleric of Norvik. Okay, looks sad. Yeah, know your place. You hear him chuckle. Just go, leave. Okay. I wonder if there'll be... Oh! Spell scroll, excuse me. A primal spell scroll? Why would someone just put it here in the dirt? That's ridiculous. Bark skin. Amazing. Let's memorize this beauty. Right, but second level. Whoa, we can't even get there yet. We don't even have this. You haven't got the slots. Second level transmutation. Casting time, 1 action. Range, touch. Components, VSM, a handful of oak bark. Duration, concentration, up to 4 hours. For the duration, your skin has a rough bark-like appearance. And you have resistance to all damage. All damage halved. Nice. Yeah, I'm enjoying this kind of mix of the hang on, are we blocked from going through here, I think. Yes, let's talk to this person. A tired looking gardener. Oh, I hate this fucking job. Alright. I'm liking the interaction of the Disco Elysium mechanics with the conventions of Dungeons & Dragons. I'm curious about how the spell mechanics will interact with everything else, really. Because that adds potentially a different dimension. Oh, there's the dragon. Okay. Can I go through here? What is this? It's onto the river. Oh, fun. Can we go through here? It's locked. What's this? Tunnel to Central Tolstad. I doubt we can go. It's locked. A well-dressed goblin. You act up, I'll stick ya. The dragon herself, yes, indeed. So we can't go down here either, I don't think. Let's have a look at this person. A gardener, mastering his craft. I think he's standing guard. I catch you climbing a tree. You're out of here. Oh, what's this? Viscon's Lich House must be located within these walls, just a bit further up. Oh! Does this loop back round? A tunnel to the spire. Can we go through? It's locked. No. Can we talk to this person? A hairless goblin. Cool. Stay back, cowfucker. They've mostly been pleasant, haven't they, so far? Snell. Oh yeah, we failed to find out anything about Snell. That was quite funny. Okay, let's engage with Snell. You approach him below a sprawling tree. The well-dressed goblin stands proud beside his master. Go ahead, cleric. With a proud smirk, he motions towards the wooden throne. Strength DC 11, success. Such a little weasel. Constitution, you should stand before the throne, address her court. Leave. Okay, I'm going to take a sip of water before we interact with this particular encounter. Okay, we're beholding Miska Sageleaf. Let's see if we find out anything. Whoa, a natural 20? And we get the lot. Whoa, 27 strength, 25 constitution, 20 intelligence, 90. Whoa, we're not going to face off against this dragon. Right, is a forest goblin, level 18 chieftain, ability scores revealed, chaotic good. Something is very wrong. Her eyes are striking your soul. Hold on to that feeling or you will be consumed. She wields power you could only dream of, yet her actions betray her nature. Evil, good. Is selfishness for one's own tribe the defining trait? This creature is no goblin. Though her desire lies heavily invested within this tribe, she is far older and far more dangerous than all these servants of hers combined. Is she actually a dragon? That would be kind of fun. Let's engage. You approach the throne, the glow of sprites flutter, illuminating along with the trunk of a great tree, its roots reaching far below, its branches holding up the dirt ceiling above. Continue. Miska Sageleaf. On the throne sits a tiny goblin, her smirk as bright as it is threatening. Strength DC 10, success. So this is the dragon. Yes, I can see it. Her glare is magnificent.
Cleric of Norvik, of Earth and River.
Her thrill voice echoes out through the chamber. Wisdom DC 8, success. She's talking to you. You're the cleric. Charisma DC 13, success. Great observation. Miska Sageleaf, I was assured by your masters, the top brass of the palace itself. Wisdom DC 9, success. Her words are tainted with disdain. Constitution DC 20, failure. Her voice causes you to shiver. DC 20, that's, yeah. Miska Sageleaf, they told me a cleric of the highest standing would arrive within the hour. So tell me, human. Dexterity DC 14, failure. You should run. No, wait, you can't, but you should. Strength DC 12, failure. Dominion, she has control here. Continue. Miska Sageleaf, why am I sitting here, waiting? Charisma DC 12, success. Tread lightly. You need her on your side. Make sure she knows you're on hers. Every word you say here could have a profound impact on the rest of this quest of yours. I had an accident. It's only been a day. My apologies, ladies. My apologies, lady. My masters are idiots, but I'm here now. Don't worry. My apologies, lady? Miska Sageleaf, her frown turns into a weary expression. Or whatever. Constitution DC 11, success. She does not feel like mauling you now. Charisma DC 8, success. You're dancing on a fine line. Constitution, hers is a frightful presence. Strength DC 11, success. You need to stand. Do not let her impact your stature. Dexterity DC 8, success. You can't take this much longer. You need to get out of here. Look, there's no point in casting. Look, if we couldn't charm Viscon or whoever it was in the mortuary, we're not going to be able to charm this dragon just as a goblin, are we? So let's not do that. Let's do this Constitution check. We will fail, almost certainly. Oh no, we succeeded it. Wow. Mr. Sageleaf, you brace your entire being as you meet her glare. Constitution with trembling innards, you resist. Mr. Sageleaf, she lifts her chin. You stand. Good. The dragon leans on her armchair, letting out an exhausted groan. Chair or the dragon? It is vexing to watch my streets descend so far. Are you even aware, cleric, a local business caught up in an inferno, in the middle of the day, right on a pillar road? My road. Constitution DC 13, failure. The way she says that causes you to tremor. Mr. Sageleaf. And yet, Magistrate Darrow, she spits. We heard about Darrow. She spits out the name like it's a curse word. He alone believes the Halfway Bridge tribe does not have jurisdiction over this particular location. Magistrate. Strength DC 10 success. Magistrate, the highest government position beyond the Lord Patriarch, chosen to rule a district in Norvik for 10 to 12 years depending on their bloodline. Wisdom DC 12 success. She appears to have been stewing over this annoyance for some time. Strength DC 9 success. Her anger is pure and intense. She's trying to reel it in. So what was the issue at hand here? Oh, so because it's claimed that that's not their jurisdiction. The magistrate speaks for the city. Why does Darrow say that? Where's your usual jurisdiction? And where exactly is the tea shop located? Let's move on. Miss Sageleaf, she glares at you. It is, or was, rented out of a corner of the central fort, just above the holes next to the pillar. She snaps her fingers towards the goblin to her right. Estelle! That means it's a part of the core foundation of the S Island Fortress. Therefore, that property is legally an underground rental unit, he says, bowing his head. Lady. Miss Sageleaf, my people have been handling that damn crow's contract for years. But no, suddenly when the entire unit goes up in flames, that's when my people no longer have the right to enter the premises, to deal with it, to clean up even. No, suddenly it is the city's business, and we should keep our noses out of it. Corruption, plain and simple. It's one hell of an accusation. Don't slander the great city of Norvik, Goblin. Sounds shady. I'm just here to do my job, lady. Sounds shady. Miss Sageleaf, a sharp glare stabs at you. Normal business in Norvik. And don't get me started on the actual effect this has on my people. Snell, she says and beckons towards the comely goblin. Gained experience plus 5 XP. Snell, he approaches the roots and takes a bow. Lady Sageleaf. Then he turns to you. The magistrate says it was an accident involving a fireplace failure. They've yet to send anyone in to actually investigate the scene. How can you know that? What? Constitution DC 9 success. Shit, something broke. Charisma DC 13 success. Just ignore it and move on. I said, how can you know that? I mean, I did. No, you didn't. Charisma DC 10 success. Uh-oh. Well, yes, I did. Still. No, you really didn't. You said... Miss Sageleaf. Snell? Snell, the goblin clears his throat. Charisma DC 10 success. He wants to point out your mistake so badly. Well, too bad. Did I not say that? How can know that? Oh, okay. Weird. So that... So we misspoke. Our only option was to misspeak that particular sentiment. And then... Okay. Now, he glances to his lady. We've kept an eye on it. The explosion occurred on the 21st of March, just past noon. 3 minor injuries were reported in the area. Luckily, foot traffic was low at the time of the incident, so, despite the massive kaboom, no dead folks. Thank the gods. Miss Sageleaf. The gods, she says, her voice almost purring. I wonder. Who were the injured? Snell, We only managed to get one name in the chaos. A certain Frank, son of Frank, was said to have walked away with lesser burns. Tells DC 8 success. That's the sort of prefix used by Earthfolk. A human, most likely. Dexterity DC 10 success. Haha! That ain't a real name. Was he inside at the time? I doubt it, says Snell. Considering the state of the building. Why was he there? Snell, we don't know. Wisdom DC 11 success. He is annoyed to have to answer that question. Where is he now? Snell, we don't know. Charisma DC 12 success. They have not located the man, despite major efforts. Frank, son of Frank? Snell, yeah. Really? Yeah. Anything else you know? Move on.
We have theories, but we need proof.
Snell gives a nervous look to his master before answering you. Miska Sageleaf. The lady raises her claw. The unveiling has begun, cleric. Wisdom DC 9 success. Secrets in the ashes. Miska Sageleaf. Corruption. Madness. She claws at her wooden throne. Politics. Intelligence DC 13 success. Rambling of fools. Wisdom DC 9 success. Bureaucracy wears her down. Miska Sageleaf. This is clearly the work of a rogue spellcaster, someone who cannot go unpunished. Continue. Intelligence DC 11 success. A spell would indeed be the only logical answer for such destruction. I will bring justice to Norvik. A rogue spellcaster? Isn't there any anti-magic task force we can call for? Can't he deal with it? Point still. Unfortunately, there's no rational answer here, which would have been nice. Let's go for the rogue spellcaster one. Miska Sageleaf. Why, yes there is, she exclaims. She points with a sharp finger. You. Intelligence DC 8 success. The Arcana Clerics of Earthguard, one of the few authorized spellcaster groups in the city, often used as a task force in esoteric events, accidents, and magical assaults. Miska Sageleaf. The lady clears her throat. Charisma DC 12 success. Everyone holds their breath when she speaks. Miska Sageleaf. I formally declare a joint venture. The Halfway Bridge Tribe and the Earthguard City Cleric shall investigate the tea shop on Pillar Road and bring justice to those who seek to harm the peace. No creature foul or fair shall escape my rage. The words seep out from her maw, burning the air. Still, every goblin in the chamber looks upon her in awe. She is theirs to serve. Strength DC 9 success. The dragon has spoken. So this is about revenge? Nod solemnly. This is my message. Nod solemnly. Miska Sageleaf. She looks upon you with a grim expression. Snell? She says, waving towards him. Snell? Yes, Lady Sageleaf, he says, bowing his head. Miska Sageleaf. You're the handler of this case. You've worked on it since the explosion. You know more than anyone. Charisma DC 10 success. Oh la la, complimented by his queen. Miska Sageleaf. I want you to represent the tribe in this venture. Continue. Snell. His face lights up. Miska Sageleaf. A goblin and a cleric. Together you will have access to both upper and lower Tolstad. Charisma DC 10 success. You're going to have the pretty boy around? Damn, I thought this was going to be fun. What do you mean? It's just got more fun. Wisdom DC 9 success. His expression is that of shock. He did not expect this. Quest branch updated. Dragon of Tolstad. Miska Sageleaf. Do not disappoint me, Snell. Strength DC 10 success. It appears you received a party member on your divine mission. Sad it had to be a damn goblin. Right. Do I have a say in this? A new member of the party. I've always wanted a goblin of my own. I don't like this. A new member of the party. Let's be excited about it. Unless that was supposed to be sarcastic. Snell, he ignores you. The goblin takes a deep bow. Yes, Lady Sageleaf. Your will be done. The evil forces at work will be vanquished. Huzzah! The mystery of the tea shop shall be uncovered. At your service, Lady Sageleaf. At your service, Lady Sageleaf. Miska Sageleaf. She grins. Yes, you are. Continue. Snell takes a step forward. First priority is the tea shop. We need to gain access. Your new goblin companion gives you a quick wave. Let's go, cleric. Snell has joined as a companion. You can speak with him if you need help finding your way across Tolstad. Dexterity DC 9 success. For as much as she told you, there's a danger you're missing here. Wisdom DC 12 success. The lady's keeping information from you. Fair enough. Intelligence, you should investigate the tea shop thoroughly. Right. And where is this tea shop again? Still, the goblin sighs. You know the massive pillar reaching endlessly up into the sky? Yeah, just west of that. Strength DC 11 success. The pillar of the centerpiece of Norvik, a glorious esoteric monument one Earth gladly kept in his new city post-reconquest. What pillar? The pillar. Cool, got it. Are you being sarcastic? I like you already, Snell. I like you already, Snell. Snell. Yeah, mutual, for sure. Let's go. Leave with Snell. Yeah, let's go. Thank you for playing the second draft demo of Esoteric Ebb. We completed the demo. Sip of water time. Continue. You can now return upstairs to speak with anyone you missed, this time with Snell by your side. Nice. I would love to hear any feedback you have. You can find links to survey in the Discord and the Steam discussion on the pause screen. Christopher Boldegard. Neat. Leave. Nice. So, is there anything in the interface indicate that we have a companion? Questing tree. You're here on quest to Lady Sageleaf, a goblin chieftain in Tolstad. Go see her. Lady Mystica Sageleaf requests a full investigation in the tea shop. Investigate and bring her your report. Yes, it's kind of updated the headline of that. Fair enough. Inventory, nice. Journal, cool. Spellbook, filling out. Okay, talk to Snell. Your companions now. Interesting. Engage. Snell, you approach your companion.
Let's get on with it.
Remind me, what are we doing again? So what's your position in all this? Where do I sleep tonight? So what's your position in all this? Whatever do you mean by that, cleric? Why are you helping me in this rough world of ours? I'm here on behalf of Lady Sageleaf. Her will is for the streets of Tolstad to not suddenly burst into flames in the middle of the day. Again. Her will be done, so to say. What if it bursts into flames in the middle of the night instead? Snell, I don't think she'd like that either. But why are you really here? My motives are not of interest, cleric. Charisma DC 11 success. False motive is imperative in reaching into the heart of someone. Wisdom DC 9 success. He does not want to disclose his inner feelings to you. Charisma DC 8 success. Understandable, you're kind of creepy. Got any family? Snell, I'm a goblin. What the fuck do you think? Intelligence DC 8 success. Goblins normally live in tribal societies with a broad family structure. Your companion most likely has at the very least a dozen or so siblings. Any less would be remarkable, even in Norvik. You got wife and kids? Snell, nah, single for now. Believe me, this goblin ain't getting no offspring. Thank the gods for that. I see you are infertile. Why would you say that? Kids are wonderful. Yeah, fuck them kids. Why would you say that? Kids are wonderful. Snell, oh no, I am not getting into that. Ask me about literally anything else. Okay. I have some other questions. Really? How surprising. Right, what are we doing again?
Apart from disturbing the peace? What do you want to know?
Tell me again about this tea shop. Again? He asks. You want me to go over the general stuff again? No, I was kidding. Good, we've got shit to do. Where do I sleep tonight? I don't know, cleric. Gives you a defeated look. Can the city pay for something? You're a cleric, for God's sake. I can just not sleep, that's fine, right? Can I sleep with you? Maybe I can sleep with Viskin. Can I sleep in the Goblin Garden? I could just sleep here. Guess I could ask the Coin Lord? Yeah, I'll skip sleeping for now. Can I sleep with you? It's the most interesting one. Let's go with that. Snell, no. And seriously, don't phrase it like that. I can just not sleep. That's fine, right? Snell, are you asking for permission? He sighs. You'll get exhausted if you don't sleep, cleric. If you do not take a long rest 8 hours before dawn, you get 6 levels of exhaustion. Wow. Yeah, he's not kidding. If you get 10 levels of exhaustion, you die. I'm afraid I should find a place to sleep. Smartest thing you've said all day. Yeah, I'll skip sleeping for now. Good luck with that. Let's do it. Okay. So I'm assuming... I want to zoom out again, don't we? I'm not sure why we're so close. We're not going to be able to get into any new areas. And this door probably doesn't go anywhere, does it? Fun. Alright, well, I'm going to punt around for a sec while I do an outro, really, because I have enjoyed this. I think the writing is pretty cute. I think the characters are well drawn. I think there's an interesting dynamic going on in the environment. I think it's like been well thought out so far in terms of offering a diversity of oh, difficulty classes. Interesting. Oh, you're in a wall. Why are you in a wall? Don't be in a wall. Offering a diversity of like social and political strata that are going to come into play, hopefully, as the story progresses. So that feels like it's set up well. Let's have another crack at this mural. I feel like that's something that we missed. Is that you, Snell? Point at the artwork. Let's not do that. Place your hand upon the wall. Right, let's burn one of these things. Right, last chance. See if the wall will tell us the secrets. Yes, it will. Okay. You sense a crack in the wall. It wasn't there before. Continue. Goblin artwork. Then you hear the voice, a faint voice, a hoarse voice. Goblin artwork. Secrets end when spoken. Snell. Did the goddamn wall just talk? The goblin says and laughs. Esoteric bullshit really does follow you around, doesn't it? Intelligence DC 10, success. Oh good, you're not crazy. Charisma DC 8, success. Talking to walls now, awesome. What's it like being a wall? Goblin artwork. Nothing. Nothing good or nothing bad? Goblin artwork. Nothing. In isolation. What do you know about Norvik? Nothing. Do you know what Norvik is? No. Makes sense, at least if the wall is older than the Reconquest. Who built you, wall? A god. Which god? Eomestra. I haven't heard of that one, says Snell. Intelligence DC 20, failure. Never heard of that god. That was a really difficult check. Strength DC 8, success. Sounds like a weak god to have been forgotten. How old are you? 15 time aliens. How many years is that? Goblin like 2,000. Intelligence DC 13, success. Gate era. Could be built by one of Jaws' beasts. What's your name? Chauncey. Oh, really? That's a pretty name. I don't like that name. I don't have an opinion on that name. I don't have an opinion on that name. Goblin artwork. Okay. What's your political affiliation? Goblin artwork. Fear. Continue. Constitution DC 11 success. Perfect response. Are you sure you understand the question? Goblin artwork. Yes. Charisma DC 10 success. Alright then. That's all the questions I have, Wall. Give it a pat. Okay. Goblin artwork. Crack disappears as quickly and silently as it came. Continue. Then silence. Snell. You really have a knack for getting info out of anything, cleric. Intelligence DC 10 success. That was surely an esoteric event, or else you're turning mad. Charisma DC 12 success. Nicest wall you've ever met. Bow to the wall. Thank you for your time. Leave. That was nice. Okay, lovely. So Snell pitches in on different things. The Goblin Gardener's Head, yeah. What happens if we talk to this goblin with Snell with us? No, they're just as impolite. Oh, nice. Okay, I think I'm just going to wander around a little bit so you've got something to look at while I talk about the game. I I'm really interested in the world that is created. I think it's quite already seeming quite detailed and engaging. I'm impressed by how much there is to explore just in this brief demo, and it's got like color and diversity, which is really interesting. And the ladies' apartments, yeah. Oh, maybe the dragon. Oh yeah, the dragon lady, right? That's the lady. So her favourites get above ground quarters. Listen to the music for a little bit. You might pipe mic about there. I guess one of the things that I'm taking away from this experience is that it's I think it's to some extent helped me work out my feelings about Disco Elysium and the kind of things that didn't really work for me about it. I think the most interesting feature of Disco Elysium, and something we're right on the edge of the wall, interesting. Something this game is carrying forward in its own design is using stats as rather than kind of a almost like a passive attribute for a character that gives them a basis, like a capacity for electing to do things. It uses it as a separate factors of an unconscious or a subconscious being that often cause intrusive thoughts to appear in dialogue options, and trees went a bit black there, and also to cause involuntary reactions to things as well. I do think particularly about an interaction in Disco Elysium with there's a lawyer who is black and who is, at the point you're speaking to them, is pretending not to be a lawyer. He's just sort of on the lookout for things. And you're just trying to get information, but if you fail a check there, you are just sort of, in a very, very basic and broad way, racist to them. And that's, as far as I recall, it wasn't really signposted that could be a consequence of a failed interaction. So that was quite something when that happened for me. And I think it's I do find the constant dialogue between the factions of a personality in a game like this, Disco Elysium, to be rather fatiguing quite quickly. I suppose what I want from a game really is more control over what actually happens as a result of my actions, which I guess is not necessarily the spirit of what these games are going for. And also, I think the fact that the statistics having, what is this for? By Earth had the, oh, I've seen that one already. It's wagging down the stairs. Yeah, so a lot of the character is kind of predefined for you, because like the dispositions of the different components of the personality are already pre-written, they're pre-scripted. So in a certain, in any given encounter, they're going to pitch in with their particular viewpoints. And you're always going to be, you can't accept them all because there's contradictory viewpoints in there. So you're always fighting against part of yourself if you're trying to play this character. And to me it feels like you're fighting against the game to some extent as well, because in the way I tend to play kind of a game like this, which is text heavy, you're trying to find out information about the world, maybe investigate something. I kind of generally want the most information I can possibly get from something, which conventionally in like an adventure game sense is just you picking every dialogue option until you've read every single thing there, because there's nothing you can't come back from, which is not the case in a game like this. And also some of the dialogues that you end up pursuing down to just try and out of curiosity or to try and winkle out a bit of information about something, they end up being sometimes like ending up quite disastrously. Like you make your situation considerably worse and maybe lock yourself out of information, which is interesting. I mean, so far, I mean, there's definitely been a few times where you've only really had wacky answers. But it would be really nice if there was just kind of like a straight down the line way to respond to everything. So you could, if you so choose, just sort of play it straight throughout. I think that would suit my style of play a bit better. I can't guarantee that I wouldn't get burnt out on a full-length game of this style again, because just of the intensity and density of dialogue. So much is reliant on the dialogue rather than visual communication. For example, even when we were looking at posters last time, if we had the opportunity just to read those posters, sort of as displayed on the screen, like just show a different interactive screen that you can kind of hover over a poster and look at the details or something, would break up kind of the wall of text that you have to face. I do love that the I guess the interaction between these mechanics and D&D offers like a different perspective on the conventions of D&D. So I like that it's kind of using a character sheet format as shorthand for character interactions. So like the significant NPCs, they get a character sheet. You may or may not be able to reveal them. I like it to be transparent, like what we're rolling or what stats we're rolling on when we try and reveal them, because it seems like it might be a different stat depending on who the person is. Sometimes I had a bonus, sometimes I didn't. I do kind of like that they've taken the six what are quite now kind of dry academic broad stats that exist within D&D and have since the beginning, and characterize them, give them personality. I think where it falls apart for me, and this is part of the intensity and conflict between these bits of personality, is that they're rather than passive elements of a personality that are able to give you different ways of perceiving and accessing the world. They've kind of got active personality, so they've got agendas. So strength is vying for one thing, intelligence is vying for another, which I don't know if that really works for me. But yeah, overall, I like the way this is sort of bending the genre of the conventional sort of D&D setting. What a quest is, what a character class is. It seems like an interesting way to interact with that. It feels like it's going to interact with the different political ideologies of the different parties in an interesting way. Power structures. Yeah, I'm overall positive. I'd like to see more about Esoteric Ebb. I'll keep an eye out on it. But let's finish off. Let's see if we can interact with Agent Vera again. You'll greet you with a bright smile. Continue.
Hello again, cleric.
About the dwarves. Yes, have they had enough of wasting my work day? Explain it to me in detail from the top. Constitution DC 11 success. The words leave your lips as if you've spoken them 100,000 times. Agent Vera. It's all just an inconvenience. Wisdom DC 12 success. Her eyes say, pain in the ass. Quest branch added circle square conflict. Okay, we missed a quest. Agent Vera. These lovely Asgalists have decided by themselves to hold a rally here on this lovely little circle square. Unfortunately, they need a permission of public gathering, or a PPG. Intelligence DC 11 success. The PPG needs to be approved by the district council. Agent Vera. They do not have a proper PPG. Dexterity DC 9 success. You pick up on her use of the word proper. What does that entail? Proper? Oh, we gained XP again. Agent Vera. She scoffs. It is marked for last week. It is expired. Charisma DC 10 success. But can you believe her? Wisdom DC 12 success. She's not lying, but there's something else. And you're just sitting here because... Simple, really. These dwarves are ignoring my call to disperse. I am here as a witness. If they do not leave by sundown, they will be fined and or arrested. Why don't you just come back at sundown? Agent Vera. I would if it wasn't for the fact that I need to witness the entirety of the trespassing. Since they were served during the morning, they do not disperse by sundown, they will be inflicted by an entire day's worth of fines. I'd have an assistant do it, or a secretary, but we're stretched thin as it is with the election coming up. No, I'll just sit here and smile politely. Arrested by whom? She gives you a smug grin. You, perhaps? The monopoly on violence here on Tolstad is more of an oligopoly. It'll be a roll of the die to see who gets employed to handle these rude dwarves. Maybe some goblins? The city of Norvik also allows us to employ mercenaries for ab extra legal enforcement, but the company likes to avoid that in most cases. As you can imagine, mercs tend to lack that finer touch. With some DC 11 success, there is something shady about this. I would love to enforce your justice. I don't want anything to do with this mess. Do it yourself. Nod and look away. Nod and look away. She laughs. Now you're acting like a true city official. Sounds like trouble. Move on. Ha! Trouble would at least be exciting. This is just dull. If only I could get my hands on those PPG documents. Then I could simply hand them over to the city or go home early, or rather head back to the office and complete the exercise. The draft for the marketing meetup. Sorry, I've got a lot on my plate. With some DC 12 success. You're being manipulated. Be careful. I'll solve this. I will speak with these dwarves. I do not want to help you in any way, shape or form because I am busy. Good luck. Yeah, thanks. I'd like to know more about you. Let's see if we can... So, we didn't really have any Snell input there, which I was hoping we might. Let's just see if we can go back and talk to our friend here.
Mr. Cityman, what do you want this time?
You boys setting up for a play or something? Alphonse. A play? He spits on the ground. We're holding a rally for the cause. This evening workers across Dolstad will gather to hear the word of Asgul. He turns toward the orc. And no one's going to stop it! Agent Vera, you hear laughing coming from across the theatre. Papers, Alphonse! Alphonse B, he grumbles and turns back to you. So what do you want? That orc lady sure is annoying. That's putting it mildly. So, morning comes, I get the lads together, and when we arrive, that accursed woman is standing here. He shudders. She starts complaining. He reaches for something in his pocket and takes out a rolled up scroll. We show her the papers. Simi and the boys. And the papers are no good, she says. Alphonse B. Bah. Real convenient, I say. Nope, no, there is nothing wrong with these papers. We are in our rights to speak out against tyrants and burgers. Wisdom DC 9, success. They are. Constitution DC 10, success. Bureaucracy. Intelligence DC 12, success. Check the papers. Surely dwarves have screwed up somewhere. So she's wrong about the documents? Alphonse B. Simi and the boys. Of course she is. She's a liar, that one. A filthy liar. Alphonse nods and grunts. Charisma DC 8, success. Terrible liar. Can't even get the words out. Wisdom DC 9, success. He knows she's right about the documents, but doesn't want to admit it. I spoke with Agent Vera and make a decision. Isn't it a bit macabre to hold a rally on top of a morgue? So what's this rally about exactly? Can I see the papers? Alphonse B, he gives his companions a glance. Why? Intelligence DC 8, construct an argument as to why you should get the papers. That's pretty low. I've got a +1. Let's give it a roll. 17 plus 1, 18. Get in. Just tell me you're an expert and that you're on their side. I'm an expert. Are you now? Yes, and I'm on your side. Alphonse B, he repeats louder. Are you now? Now hit him with, I'm your best shot at getting out of this. Alphonse B, the dwarf grumbles, his eyes go from you to the orc behind you. Fine. The dwarf sighs and grabs something in his pocket. Get experience plus 10 XP, gained item, PPG document. He hands over the scroll. Continue. I trust you with these documents, city man. Tell us we're in the wrong. I dare you. Simi and the boys, because we're not! The older dwarf joins in. Tells us take a step back and check it out. Let's see what actually is going on here. You can examine certain items in your inventory. Okay, I'll take a look. Leave. Okay, let's go stand over here. Take a step back. Now, what do you think? PPG. A formal permission of public gathering. It contains a lot of legal nonsense, making it difficult to pass. Examine. Oh, intelligence is quite light, some kind of magazine paper. Unrolling it reveals a short statement about a political rally at the Circle Square. Circle Square is quite amusing, isn't it? Permission of public gathering accepted, it says in big letters at the bottom, followed by a signature. Torstat Magistrate Nicholas Darrow. We know about Darrow. Darrow keeps coming up. Charisma DC 10 success. Darrow, one of the original Earthfolk houses to found Norvik with Earth. Their bloodline can still be found in high positions all around the city. Intelligence. The actual text uses an archaic and typically bureaucratic writing style. Intelligence DC 10. Examine it in detail. We've still got a good chance. Yes, nice. You scan the text again, checking the spelling, phrasing, and terminology. Intelligence is perfect, not a single error. Gained experience plus XP, except the date. It says the rally is supposed to be held on the 16th. The document is perfectly legal, but it's expired. Look at the dates. Yeah, it's expired. Cool document. It's really not. I don't like it. Oh, how come? Because it's a legal document? Duh. Too many words. Seems off. Bad vibes. General tomfoolery. Bad vibes? I don't know. Seems off. Fascinating. Stop looking. Leave. Okay, so... so Agent Vera is correct. But can we get these guys out of it? Snell, help me. Help me. Snell, stop walking away from me. Talk to me, Snell. You approach your companion.
Let's get on with it.
Let's get on with it. Why do you think about this? No, okay. Okay, there's no option there, is there? That's fine. Right, let's engage with them again. Snell, get out of my way. Snell.
Mr. Cityman, what do you want this time?
About the rally. What about it? I spoke with Agent Vera, make a decision. I checked the papers, returned the PPG. Yeah. He takes a deep breath. Okay, what do you find out, City Man? Papers are fine, you guys are in the right. Actually, I don't care, leave me out of it. Yeah, these papers expired like last week. Fosby, he takes the papers and shakes his head. With a groan, he mutters, I know, but the date is just a mistake, you see. I personally had this signed by the magistrate 2 days ago, after this exposed expiry date. You should have checked it more carefully. They must have done it on purpose, it happens. You should have checked it more carefully. Fosby, I did, when I turned in the application. This error only appeared on the document I got back. I am not at fault here. Bah! The dwarf shouts into the amphitheatre. It doesn't matter whether Darrow fucked us or not. We're here and they can't make us leave. He gives you a menacing glare. And I hope for your sake you're not the sorry lad who's hired to do the deed. Shrug, I'm indecisive. I'm just here to observe. Fosby, he spits on the ground. Fans cap. Charisma, DC8 success. Fans cap. A dwarven word meaning something along the lines of devilry. Common curse word. Wisdom DC9 success. That was a swear word. You could tell because of the way he said it. About the rally. What about it? I spoke with Agent Vera. Really now? And what did the brute say? Careful now, the situation is on a blade's edge, says Charisma DC11 success. You could either taunt him to see if you can get him to act out, or you could try to reason with them. Strength, or simply tell them to leave. The dwarf is pulsating with a surge of masculinity. This might be the start of a fight, if you're lucky. You should leave now. If you don't leave before sundown, you'll be fined and arrested. A pretty nobleman like you wouldn't want to give... If you don't leave before sundown, you'll be fined and arrested. Sure, let them know. Oh yeah? Will you do the honours then, Mr. Cleric City Man? Simeon the Wise, you hear chuckles among the dwarves. They find you ridiculous in your old school armour. Yes, I will stand up to them. No, but she'll get someone to do the job. Alforsby. Someone, huh? Some grunt with a paycheck, I bet. Bah! And you'll probably get a massive fine or jail. Maybe you should get Mummy and Dad to help you out once you're in jail. And you'll probably get a massive fine or jail. Simeon the Boys, the other dwarves start grumbling among themselves. Charisma DC12 success. You sense a falter in Alphonse's expression. The dwarf can be negotiated with now, but it helps if he sees you as an ally. Hey, he says, leaning in. What do you expect me to do, huh? These boys are counting on me. Wisdom DC 10 success. You must show him the truth. As terrible as it is, leaving is the best option for these poor activists. Continue. Go ahead. They're not dumb, Snell whispers to you. Thanks, Snell. You are here. They'll listen. Just talk. Oh, Wisdom DC 5. Show him why it's in his best interest to leave. Staying is useless, I can say. Nod. Asgore would be proud. Let them deal with it themselves. Actually, I have no stake in this. Let them deal with it themselves. Let's try Wisdom DC 15. Snell's assisting, which made it easier. It would have been 10. Brilliant. We have a high chance. And we've done it. 14. Success. Charisma. You searched the possible things you could say to narrow it down. The dwarf is clearly in a sensitive situation. He needs to appear a strong leader and standing against tyranny. The cause will be better off with you a free man. You'll gain nothing from being arrested. Just go. Don't put your boys in danger because of your pride. You'll gain nothing from being arrested. He needs to appear a strong leader and standing against... I guess the first one then? Snell. As the dwarves listen to your words, some of them just scoffing, Snell steps in. Look, he's a city schemer like any other, but right now, he's talking sense. Surprisingly enough. Alphonse, you see thoughts starting to swirl behind the dwarf's dark eyes. Gain experience plus 25 XP! He turns to his companions and raises his hand. Boys, we're leaving. Continue. See me and the boys. Disgruntled as they are, none of them complain too much as they pack up their tools and grab the yellow banner. Alphonse, before seeing off, Alphonse gives you a stern look. Quest branch updated. You're a strange lad, but I see you're nothing like her. If you want to do some real good on Tolstad, then join us. Find us down on the crossing. He nods and walks away with his band of unhappy dwarves. Ah. Charisma finally got rid of him. Phew! Let's go talk with the orc again. Head off, leave. Can we get this hammer, please? Nails beware. A tool for the ages. Can I equip a hammer? I can. My constitution just went up. Amazing. Okay, well that seemed like a fairly successful. I'm glad there was kind of a... I didn't have to go wacky. Oh, Snell. Move. Snell, you've trapped me. Right, now we're going to try and get down these stairs. We want to talk to Agent Vera again. Agent Vera. York greets you with a bright smile.
Hello again, cleric.
About the dwarves. Yes, I saw the whole thing. The whole thing? So that's how you handle them, by resolving it with a few kind words. Won't say that's not impressive on its own, human. Charisma DC 13 success. You said what you had to make things happen. Easy. I said what I had to say. No blood spilled. Mission complete. Alphonse was in his right to be here. No blood spilled. Mission complete. Yes, I suppose this was the cleanest solution. You've done a great service to the Ascani Reed's trading company today. And on the topic of payment, gained item crowns, she has you a pouch of silver crowns. Coins? I got 50 coins. Dexterity DC 8. Yes, jackpot. Ah, that hits the spot. Give me another job now. Thanks. I can't refuse the payment. I wasn't doing this for payment. Thanks. Agent Vera. She gives you a kind smile. May Earth smile upon you. And do visit our trading post down on Water Lane if you have time. Gain experience plus 25 XP. I would love to see you there. Wisdom DC 10 success. She would love to make use of you there for profit. Good luck with your business. Well met, Agent Vera. I love you. Good luck with your business. Agent Vera. You as well, cleric. Snell. He clicks his tongue once it's just the two of you left on the circle square. Don't like this. It's trouble. Bunch of trouble. Quest complete. Leave. Oh, that was nice. It was nice to finish off a little quest. We almost leveled up. There might be enough stuff here that you could level up, but I'm going to end the episode here because we've definitely gone long enough. And I think we've had a really good look at this demo. Like I say, I'm impressed. Oh, look. Well, let's take root. Dexterity. A dozen dwarves and an orc walk into a tavern. The orc turns to the tavern keep and says, hey, give me a large one. Tavern keep says, Wisdom, don't turn this into a joke. These are real people you're talking about. What's going on here? Dexterity, let me continue. So the dwarves go, Wisdom. The dwarves have struggled as a minority for decades. They deserve respect, nothing less. A joke never hurt anybody. The political struggle is never a joke. No, really, what's going on? Wisdom. You're divided, but the truth will be achieved. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, we're sticking on for this. Dexterity, whatever. Look, the gist of the story is, the orc is hard at work, improving this shitty little city. The dwarves are annoying and stupid. Got it? You believe for a second the orc wants the city to improve? No, you've seen too much to ever believe such a lie. This is some kind of debate, eh? The orc is with the free striders, right? So she's with the good guys. The dwarves Ascalus, that means they like poor people, thus making them the good guys. This is some kind of debate, eh? Dexterity, kind way to put it. The revolutionary free strider will bring freedom, democracy and riches to Norvik. Last part being the most poignant. Wisdom, let us focus on each of those points one at a time. Dexterity, oh come on. Wisdom, DC 11 success. Freedom, free strider rule would entail joining the Free City Alliance. Local politics will be focused entirely upon serving the core cities in Reeds and the interests of the trade company. DC 13 failure. Democracy. They do like that, but they're really corrupt also. Dexterity. Ridiculous. Wisdom. DC 15 failure. Riches. They might bring a lot of money into the city, but it's always going to the factory owners and already rich folks. Continue. Dexterity. Yeah, because they actually work. This is silly. Without free striders, you'd probably be a farmer. Who the fuck wants to be a farmer? Wisdom. Farming is good, healthy work. Dexterity. Don't change the subject. I feel like I should make a decision here. True, a decision between understanding and greed. You should choose clerical compassion. Dexterity. Greed ain't so bad. If you're able to unlock a better life for yourself, who wouldn't want that? Continue. You should choose to be crown conscientious. Tell me. Oh, so these are like the like the kind of special abilities you got in your thought cabinet in Disco Elysium. These are feats. Tell me more about clerical compassion. Wisdom. Indulging in your compassion, you'll be able to understand people more. With this feat, you gain advantage on all wisdom checks that focus on empathy. Okay, tell me more about crown conscientious. Allowing yourself to prosper, you'll get so many coins. With this feat, you gain 50% more crowns on pickup. I see. I'm ready to make a decision. Choose a feat, move on. Dexterity, well. Wisdom, yes. Wisdom, side with your wisdom. So I've got a feat, clerical compassion. You've chosen well. True harmony comes from being in tune with your fellow folk, says Wisdom. We gain more experience. Learn from them, understand them. Finish quest branch, leave. Interesting. So, oh, it changed colour. Forgo feat. Oh, so you can get rid of it. Interesting. So if you complete a branch of a quest, I haven't delved into Milcurious, but I don't think I can do this. So does that mean now in my character sheet I have a feat? Well, I do. Nice. Gain advantage on wisdom checks that relate on empathy. That's kind of how I'd want to play. That's quite nice. That was a really nice thing to discover at the end of this playthrough. Let's zoom out. Let's get the big picture. There we go. Left the banner behind though. Brilliant. I'm going to leave it there. I'm interested in this game. I want to see how it develops. Let me know what you think about it. Have you played a demo? Did you enjoy this playthrough? Any thoughts? Let me know. Until I see you on whatever the next Let's Play is, take care. Bye bye.